Good morning, beautiful people. It is a beautiful morning today. Saturday, I don't even know the date. July what? July 20th? July 20th, I think. Beautiful day, beautiful morning, about 7 in the morning here. And it's day 2 of my walking vlog. So let's jump right into the quote. I want to talk a little bit about this. It says, "The only way to do a great work is to love what you do." And Steve Jobs wrote that. And it was a quote that I came across a little while ago that I've kind of been struggling with myself. I used to love what I do coaching. The only downside, there's some classes that you don't get the good vibe or you don't get the good energy from some people. But ultimately, you felt good about helping people better themselves, and people that go to your gym or go to your classes, they came there to better themselves. They came there with maybe limited energy, and then you were able to push energy onto them. And it was something that I love to do. And I've been retired from coaching for about 2 years now, and I haven't felt that, man, I really love what I'm doing. Cool, I'm making money, and cool, I could learn and doing things, and I'm passionate about crypto, but it's just a different world. It's just a different industry, and um, I do a great. Everybody could do great with it. I don't think you necessarily need to love what you do to be good at something or to do great at something. But again, maybe I've never been great. The one thing I could say I've been great at is, I guess, coaching. That's maybe because I really loved what I do. Maybe I need to start developing a love for crypto to get next to that next stage of greatness. Anyway, great question for you guys. Exercise, fitness, time to move on to that subject. It's more about questioning. So it is, how does physical activity impact your mental health? And it's the number one medication or thing that anybody can do for depression and mental health is exercise. And it's unfortunate that our society just goes to the doctors and say, "Hey, you're struggling." So what do? They just pop them on a pill. They just put this. The number one thing, when you're starting thinking bad thoughts, something in the road here, I'm gonna pick up and get out of the way because people keep driving around it. Anyway, when people keep thinking bad thoughts and all this stuff, what should you do? Just go for a run, go for a walk, get out there, get in nature, get in the sun. And so many people, I guess, try to do that and maybe don't feel the benefits right away, or it might be tough, or a lot of people want to escape the thoughts in their head, but that's exactly what it is. It's those thoughts that you put in your head when you're working out and like, man, this fucking sucks. But you keep going anyway, and you keep pushing and you keep going. Oh, now I feel accomplished. Now I've accomplished something. Oh, and now you get that reward. I think exercise, I wish that we go into a society, we go into a world in the future where doctors prescribe workouts. Doctors prescribe, gym memberships and unique gym memberships, and like Pilates or yoga or CrossFit or certain aspects of what people can find where they fit. And I definitely think the world would be a completely different place if we lived in a world where people were more exercise more. So physical health, physical activity has a huge mental benefit of it. And today we're so wrapped up in we're being attacked, I feel, on the mental aspect of things, because if you look at the smartphones, you look at Instagram, you look at social media, and you look at all those things, and it's just they breed depression in our minds. Everything that we don't have, everything that we want, everything else, it's just Terrible. I wish people would take a lot more time to exercise, and I don't think this is, anyway, moving on. Moving on. So, let's talk about money. Let's talk about crypto. This is an introduction to crypto and how it's different than traditional money. I want to start at this earlier, day two. So let's talk a little bit about what is cryptocurrency and how it differentiates from money today. Well, today's traditional financial system, let's look at what it is. We have the dollar, right? I could send a dollar across the world. Let's just say I need to buy $1 billion worth of oil as a country. How do I get $1 billion across the world, so forth? What payment rails am I using, and so forth. So how is it a little bit different? Crypto is well, not all of them are decentralized. Basically, crypto is money on the internet, right? It's backed by mathematical equations. Bitcoin, more I'm talking about, is more decentralized. There's millions and millions of computers all over the world, all fighting for computation power to secure the network. And what they're doing is you can send money. You can send money and it will verify on a digital ledger. Good morning. You can verify that on a digital ledger. And you can send money. You can send $1 billion across the world for a fee of about $2, and it will get settled in about less than 10 minutes. And so it's a decentralized currency. But crypto overall, how I see crypto overall, is Bitcoin is money. Bitcoin's kind of like the dollar. And then all the other cryptos should represent necessarily something. Yes, some of them represent other type of computers where you can put data on them, and smart contracts and so forth. But a lot of the other cryptos out there try to represent something. They represent a business, an idea. And what is that necessarily in a traditional financial world? A traditional financial world has stocks. What is a stock? A stock represents necessarily ownership in a business. Well, crypto, some of these tokens and cryptos represent market share in that business, in that idea, in that protocol, in that technology. And so cryptos can just be a representation. They can represent almost anything. We have cryptos today that represent real world assets. So I can have a house. I could take that title of my house or the economic rights of my house and put that onto a token, and then be able to trade that token so people can gamble or invest into my property. So we have all sorts of types of cryptos that represent different things, but basically it's just a secure way of having representation online. This online has to have a ledger, and this ledger can't be controlled by everybody, and it's transparent, unlike the traditional financial systems today. How much is the government in debt? How many dollars have actually been printed? You might be able to give me an exact number, but you will never be able to verify it because we don't have the actual ledger. We can't actually see the accounting system. Well, all crypto, not all crypto, but most cryptos are public blockchains. They are exactly that. They are public. And what means that public is the public can go view the information that's on the ledger. It's all out there. It's right in there. And it's immutable, and meaning that nobody can change the past data. And so that's kind of the whole example of blockchain, is one block gets verified, and none of that data will be able to be changed, and another block gets attached to it, another block gets attached to it. And you could go back in the past and you can verify all the data on the blockchain. So it's very transparent, it's immutable, and basically it's internet money. It's money that is made for our digital way of life. And the bad thing is it can't necessarily interact with the old system that's backed by an immutable ledger can never be able to adapt to a corrupted system. And that's what a traditional financial system is. If you really go down the rabbit hole, it's completely corrupted. Everything is corrupted with our financial system today. And there is no way. I even talked to somebody really high up there in the back end of Wall Street, and they said that there is no way we're going to be able to tie them both together. It's going to have to kind of reset into another system. So maybe we'll talk a little bit more about that. But I just noticed we hit the 10-minute mark. So I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend. It is day 2 of the video vlog. I definitely have a lot more questions and talks about this over the next 28 days. Peace.